finally got my hands.
All right, everyone, we are live. Hello, and thank you for checking out. Welcome to a new episode of Pastrami Nation Break Therapy. I'm your host, Kevin, and along with me are my co-hosts, amazing co-hosts. We have Mr. Co-founder of Pastrami Nation himself, Mr. Jason Smith. How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good, doing really good. And of course, Godfather of Toys, Mr. Christian Nacorda. What's going on?
Good to be here. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, nice to see you too. And then Elijah, what's up, man?
Good. I'm doing good.
You're doing good?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, it's good to see everyone. Good to see you all. I'm just trying to figure something out. We are live. For some reason, we are not live on Facebook for some reason. So I'm not sure what is going on there. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for checking out the show. We have a really, really fun show for you today. We're going to be talking about Emerald City Comic Con that happened this past weekend up in Seattle. We had a really, really good time there. So we'll talk a little bit about that. It is very, very much collectible adjacent, so there's a lot of cool things concerning collectibles, Lego and stuff like that we saw there. Christian had the chance to go watch Dune 2 on the big screen. We're going to hear his thoughts on it, and spoiler free, of course. You got to stay spoiler free. Obviously, if you've read the books, you know what happens, but kind of want to keep it vague for everyone else. And of course, Jason has a couple of things he wants to talk about as well when it comes to action figures and collectibles and things like that. Also, hold up one second. I just got to figure this out real quick. I don't know why the Facebook Live hasn't gone live yet. But we'll figure that out. Anyways, for those of you who are joining us, thank you for checking us out wherever you are. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe wherever you're checking us out of. Join the conversation, talk to us. And Pablo's here. What's up, Pablo? How's it going? Nice to see you. So first, actually, let's go ahead and dive into Dune real quick. Christian, it's like the biggest movie of the year so far. Might even be the biggest of the movie of the year for the whole year. There's already been a lot of talk about it's still super early on, but there's been a lot of already possible best picture vibes and like best cinematography, best music, best score, best everything. Tell us a little bit about Dune 2 and give us your thoughts on the film.
Obviously the source material has been around for a long time, so I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously. Also, just putting that out there. I went opening night by myself in IMAX. I feel like I had the perfect seat. But the energy in that theater was akin to Endgame. Which I think is really crazy because this is only the second film in the series, and Endgame, was 10 years down the line. And there were people fist pumping, you know what I mean? I'm like, dang, they were so into it. They were chanting his name, they really believed the prophecy. It was really cool. And there are some just oh my God moments in that movie. I think, I know, Kevin, we had this conversation with Amber about your guys' thoughts on the movie. And while I totally understand that, you know what I mean? I don't think that's why I'm watching this movie.
Right.
But I also think your concerns with the first movie is
that's what I've heard
in the second movie. Yeah,
because it's heard.
Yeah. So also huge. This is not a sequel. If this is literally the second half of the story, so you have to watch the first half. It's not part 2 and this is the next episode. No, this is part 1, part 2. So it's all one story. It's you know what I mean. And then it gets crazy. Also, there's all this talk. If I don't want to get too deep into this because I've had conversations with students about this, how it's the White Knight narrative of Paul coming to Arrakis. I think the people that are saying that don't know the whole story because it's so not that.
Paul's supposed to be and so I've heard Paul as described as someone put up a funny meme where it was basically they called him Anakin if he likes sand. Kind of his whole arc and everything.
Right.
He's supposed to be this. He's supposed to be not necessarily a villain, but an anti-hero. He's not the main. He's not this messiah, right? He's not who everyone thinks he is. Even Frank Herbert came out when Dune was. That's right. I was reading up on it, and that's why he wrote Messiah.
Right.
Because he wanted to, because people were taking the wrong things from the first book, and it was like, no, like, that's
Yeah.
not what this is.
Yeah. And like there's hints of that already, like a lot of shades of it. We kind of get some of that at the end of the first movie, but then especially in this movie between Paul and his mother, who, oh my god, dude, her performance. Oh my god, somebody remind me, what is her name? Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
she's amazing.
dude, she's fantastic. Zendaya, of course. Let me also just say, Austin Butler was not a fan. Didn't care for Elvis. I didn't even finish the movie. I didn't get the hype. Whatever. Austin Butler in this, oh, dude, he is.
Nice.
Oh my god, dude! Like it's just like every time he's on screen, I'm just so uncomfortable. I'm like, I peed a little bit every time like his face comes on. So good. Just the performances all around. Obviously, Stellan Skarsgård. Dude, Batista, Dave, everybody's just coming with it. I don't know. I kind of need to watch the movie again. I went through 3 classes. I was so tired on the way to my 5 o'clock class, and my tickets were for 10:30 at night. And I was like, shoot, I'm like, I'm not gonna make it through this movie. I made it. It was fine, but like, I want to watch it again. Like, I can't wait.
Yeah, I heard. That's another thing I've heard about it is you have to watch it at least a couple times to really appreciate it. To like really, like the first time is just like it's super overwhelming. What?
Right.
Like it's super overwhelming, and like you're only scraping like the surface level,
the shallow. Yeah.
I do think you're. Like the way you said he's kind of like Anakin, I feel like sand. There's a lot, like I would say at the heart of this movie, it's a love story, right? And like it's very much like episode 2. Not very much, not at all like that, but you know what I mean? Like there's this like love story brewing underneath like the prophecy. So I don't know.
You're not episode 2, Annie, but I should be.
Yeah. Also, I mean, Zendaya, man, I don't know, man.
You can never go wrong.
She's just amazing. I don't know, man. I'm just a huge fan. So whatever Zendaya does, I'm like, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah. Hey, Arturo joined us. What's up, Arturo?
Arturo, nice to see you, man. So yeah, so you highly recommend people go watch Dune, of course.
Yes.
Yeah,
gotta be seen in the theater, I think, too, right, guys?
100%. I saw it in IMAX. I recommend you at least see it in. Just to see it in
the biggest screen you can.
Yeah.
I heard the score by Hans Zimmer is pretty incredible. It's super minimalistic, I hear, but it's there and it's awesome.
I hear Hans Zimmer is like one like up with like
you hear he is, or you know
I know he is
because he is.
He is. He's one of the best.
Yeah, he's one of the
greatest composers of all time, right?
Yeah, he's done The Dark Knight. He's done everything from The Dark Knight to The Thin Red Line to Pirates of the Caribbean, Lion King. Like, I mean, the list is just incredible.
Also, one last
John Williams, like those are the 2 guys, you know?
Yeah.
Also, just huge shout out, Greg Fraser, the cinematographer. On this movie. I mean, Dune, Rogue One, The Batman, Zero Dark 30. This guy is just like batting 1,000. The movie is absolutely gorgeous. Like just it's stunning. And some of the like the most, I think there are like some deeper close-ups that like really reel you in. It's almost to like a close-up of like Timothée Chalamet is a beautiful human being, but like a close-up like that, and I'm actually like, whoa.
Also,
right into his pores.
Dune Part 2 had a way lower budget than the Marvels did.
I finished the Marvels, by the way, Kevin. And halfway through it, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like it anymore. By the end of it, I like it. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. By the end of it, I was like, this is fun.
Listen, it still suffers from like recent Marvel, like, you know, kind of cramming things into like the third act and making it like it suffers from that by committee issue, right? Where there's just so many cooks in the kitchen. You can tell like it's tonally all over the place at times. But I had a freaking blast.
It's Kamala. She makes it the whole movie for me. She was just so cute and like so endearing. I don't know. I just every time she comes on screen, it just puts a smile on my face. So I also really liked Brie Larson. Like this is my favorite iteration of Captain Marvel in any of the movies.
100%.
You know,
Like
I
I feel
was
like they
glad.
kind of just let her come through a little bit more, and I think it's endearing.
That- one of my I do like, so the Marvels, like I love how there was space for it to get weird, right? Like it like got weird and it went there.
All those flirkins.
I thought the Flurkin scene was amazing. I thought I actually I really enjoyed it. But I feel like that was kind of like the main issue with like that I had with Madam Web. Like I feel like Madam Web, like they didn't give it wasn't able to breathe and get as weird as it wanted to get. Like it felt very like there every time it got weird, they had to pull it down for some reason and like ground it in some weird reality. It just didn't work. The Marvels, on the other hand, it went for it, right? Like it wasn't afraid to be like, hey, this is what we're doing. If you're on board with this, that's great. If you're not, then you can leave. And unfortunately, a lot of people left.
Yeah.
But that's no fault of the movie itself. I think The Marvels is one of the best Marvel movies in a long time. So
I do, like you said, I appreciate the big swings. I don't think it always hit. I don't think it always worked.
No.
Some of it was like, I'm like, ugh.
no, yeah.
The scene's almost done. Like the singing planet, and I was like, okay, that's kind of.
I love the thing.
Where the
I
language
thought
is slung.
And honestly, I thought her dress was freaking incredible.
That was gorgeous. That was really
like
beautiful.
that was such a beautiful dress. Like I was like the way they incorporated the Captain Marvel like
Colors.
insignia and everything into it was just like perfect.
There were some shots in that scene though where they, because like again, Brie Larson's doing her thing, and like the other two were they kept cutting back to them like just dancing at the party.
Yeah.
And like you could tell one of them was just like you could kind of see it in her face. It was like, are we really doing this? Like, how long do you want me to do this B-roll footage? But aside from that, again, it was still I agree, one of the more enjoyable Marvel movies in the last.
And like you said, like Kamala, she's just wonderful. Iman Vellani is
just so endearing, like so sweet.
I love watching her on screen.
Yeah.
She's incredible. So but yeah, Dune, go check it out. The biggest theater possible, the loudest theater possible, and go have a good time. How long is the movie? Is it like a 2.5?
7? Oh, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think it was like 2. It was under 3. I think it was like 2.5 something.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad compared to some movies coming out right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, guys, talking about nerdy stuff, talking about Dunes, talking about geeking out. Let's hop over to
2 hours,
Emerald.
46 minutes.
2 hours, 46 minutes, just under 3 hours. Not bad. Let's hop over to Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle, which happened this past weekend. We were there Thursday through Saturday. We left on Sunday. It takes place at the Seattle Convention Center every freaking year. And every freaking year, it's incredible. It's so much fun. It's a blast. There are a lot of things to like talk about and really break down. So if you want that, like the more juicier stuff, go over to pastrami.nation.com. I have a really big, there are kind of coverage from each day. And there's an article coming soon that really kind of highlighted what I really liked about the con and what some of the minor issues that I had with it were. But for the most part, really, really good time. Really, really cool. We got to see freaking Chris Evans. Like Chris Evans was like right there. Like it was insane. Like he was sitting like, we can touch him, but like he was right there. It was insane in the same room as us.
I mean, if you had like Mr. Fantastic powers, you could touch him.
Yeah, no, and his panel was incredible. A lot of outlets have been picking up the story that he was talking about at the con, but he was talking about how, first of all, like Winter Soldier was his favorite Marvel movie that he worked on. There was this, and he talked about comic book movies as a whole and how they're so hard. They're he even admitted they're super hard to make, and it's really, really hard, especially when you have so many cooks in the kitchen, to make a good superhero movie. And he was like humble enough to be like, and even I've been a part of a few that just didn't work, that just didn't take off. Like
Fantastic Four,
the Losers. Even though I love the Losers,
Age of
Hey, the Losers was great. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, with Zoe Saldana too, and that was really good.
I gotta watch that again.
Yeah, no, that was really good. But anyways, like a lot of the panel was that he talks about Knives Out, and then he started talking about his dog for like the last 20 minutes, which was incredible. It really humanized him, really turned him into a human. Like it's really weird when you see these celebrities, and as much as we want to hear about the movies and stuff, it's those moments that make them humanize them, which is really, really great. And that's one thing I love about Comic Cons in general. When you go to these panels, a lot of the time, it really humanizes these celebrities who are kind of bigger than life characters, and it brings them down kind of to our level, and they're just people too. So yeah, we got to see they had an exclusive panel for The Strangers Chapter 1, which is really, really cool. For those of you, it's not really a reboot, not a sequel, not a prequel. It was kind of confusing as to what it is still. They said it's going to explore the origins of the strangers and the characters and who they are in a really unique and cool way. We got exclusive clip and all that stuff. Lionsgate was at the con, and they had a small booth with like, they had the Strangers t-shirts, John Wick t-shirts.
Those John Wick ones were so cool.
Yeah, John Wick, Hunger Games.
I kind of wish I got one.
Yeah. And the actual strangers themselves were there in their costume, and like, you were able to like take pictures with them and stuff. It was really cool.
The strangers came into the room during the panel and during the Q&A, and the actress had no idea.
Yeah, it was a weird moment. It was really fun though. They came up to ask a question and they didn't say anything and just walked out. Like, it was great.
Awesome.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool tidbits about it. It is so it's a trilogy, but it is one long movie cut into 3 parts because they decided they just couldn't. It was like a 280-page script they got, and they weren't going to do it as one movie. So they were like, we have to cut this up into 3 parts. So, and the cool thing is the first part comes out in May of this year, and then the second part comes in October, I think, and the third part comes out early next year. So that's going to be a pretty cool experience to go check those out. Movie looks great. The trailer leaked online the day before the con. They were planning on premiering the trailer at Comic-Con, but it leaked online, so they officially released it the day that the day the panel was. So good thing though, I didn't watch it. I watched it when we were in the room with everyone. They did show us an exclusive clip, which was really cool, really tenseful, really crazy. Yeah, it was a cool clip. Got me really excited for the movie.
I still haven't even watched the first one, but I'm still excited.
The first one's a classic. I truly love the first one a lot. So yeah, who knows what's in store for this one, but it's Comic-Con, right? So like, you have collectibles, you have comics, you have celebrity guests, photo ops, all these really, really great things. Cosplay. The cosplay was on point as usual. Seattle is this really, really great welcoming city. I love Seattle so much. It's one of my favorite cities on the planet. And you feel that at the con, like everyone's welcome, everyone belongs. And it's just a really, really cool vibe, really, really great environment. Everyone's so cool. Saturdays do get busy, as you guys are aware of. If you go to any Comic-Con, Saturday's like the crazy day.
Saturday is the busiest day, the most expensive day.
Yeah. They have places where you could just hang out. This is a 5-story building. There's always somewhere to go. If you want to get out of the crowds, they have a quiet room up top, which is just exactly that. If you need to go, just get away from the crowds, they have a room that you go into and it's completely silent in there. One of my favorite things of the con was the Pride Lounge. The Pride Lounge is really cool, vibey place where you can just go hang out with people. They had a Mario Kart set up, Mario Party set up. And they had these really, really comfortable beanbag chairs.
Oh, man.
Eli almost fell asleep in the beanbag chair.
Not that close, but not damn, close. Did I want it.
Yeah, just a really, really cool vibe, really, really cool environment. And I highly, highly recommend checking out that room specifically if you go there.
And Christian
has vanished, but he will be back. He does this from time to time. He teleported.
Pablo, my dad can agree with that statement.
Oh, I absolutely, yeah. My wallet absolutely hates Comic-Con so much.
Now with ECC, cosplayers, were they kind of walking throughout the show? Because I've noticed like SDCC and the last one I went to, LA Comic-Con, you didn't see a lot of cosplayers on the main floor
really
as much, because they have a section where they're up there and like they're charging you for photo ops. I'm like,
oh yeah, no, there's none of that here.
Yeah, they didn't charge us for any.
Yeah,
if we wanted a photo with them, all we had to do was ask, and if they said no, we respect it.
Yeah, they're all over the place. So they do have like their specific like cosplay central, which is where
they also have like cosplay repair areas up there too.
Yeah. But they do have specific areas for the cosplayers where they can. We found you. We knew you were coming back. You wouldn't leave us like that.
That was crazy. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I think it just had I think there was like an electromagnetic pulse that just
No,
went through my head.
understandable.
For a minute.
But the so the cosplayers are all over the place.
Nice.
The Cosplay Central is really cool because they have this whole balcony out there, like outdoors, where they're doing like their professional photographs and stuff like that. But they're just wondering about the con. There's this one cosplayer we follow called, her name is Bucket Brown.
Just Bucket now.
Just Bucket. Yeah, she's got a huge following on Instagram. Like she goes to all Comic Cons. Like she's always there. Emerald City. She goes to San Diego, New York, all this stuff. Really popular. But like you just walk up to her and ask for a picture, and she's like the sweetest girl ever. And she totally stops, and like she's every year, like she's always super nice. And like Eli's gotten a few pictures with her, and she's just incredible. So it's that kind of atmosphere. No one's looking. Obviously, the vendors and the writers and stuff are trying to get money, which is part of their job. But
yeah,
I have never been like, asked for like money for like a photo op or anything like that with a cosplay or anything like that.
It wasn't until like recent years that like, because I kind of like this past SDCC, I told my brother like, hey, usually we see a lot more cosplayers walking around, but he's like, now they got a thing set up over at the next door at the Marriott, where a lot of the more top-notch ones, they'll have it where you have to pay like a $5 or $10 photo op with them, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to catch them walking on the sidewalk or something.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Most of the cons now will have, like you said, they'll have like a designated area for like meetup. So at San Diego, it's behind, like it's at the back end. There's like the stairs where everybody takes all the big shots, and then next door at the Marriott too. But also, like you said, just walk down Gaslamp. You'll see everybody just out there. Plus a ton of cosplayers who do not have a pass. Every con, like, they'll just meet outside,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
If you're in town during a con and you don't have tickets, still go. It's going to be a blast.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Specifically like San Diego, I would say.
NY.
New York City, yeah. But yeah, if y'all get a chance, like go to Emerald City Comic Con. I hope you guys are able to make it up here one of these years because it's always just a really, really fun time. There's the great thing about bigger Comic Cons like this is like there's one day just isn't enough. Like even at Emerald City, Rose City Comic Con, you could get away with one day. Like it's a little bit smaller, a little bit more intimate, and which is good in its own right? Like you're not running around, like there's more time for you to talk to people and relax and not as crowded. Something like Emerald City and of course like San Diego or New York or anything like that, you're going to need multiple days to do. There's so much to see, so much to do. Christian?
Question for you guys. In reference to what Pablo says, I love cons, but my wallet hates them. Do you guys budget daily or budget for the weekend?
What's a budget?
Nope. Okay. Yeah.
What's a budget?
Yeah, what is that?
I give myself like a dollar amount that I'm going to bring in, like okay, like there was one con where I was like, okay, I got $600. This is my spending money because I had already did hotel and like $600 was supposed to cover my food and exclusives and if I drank or whatever. And it's usually worked. There's been times when I kind of went crazy and stuff.
Like Jason, how much do you think you spent at San Diego this past summer?
This past summer?
Because I think I easily like.
Oh, you topped me, I think.
Because I think it's like 6 to 8. I probably spent.
I probably dropped like 5. I'd say because like NECA sucked up a big chunk of my wallet.
It's so
loyal subjects, Mattel. Yeah,
it's so easy to do too. Like it's not like you could go there. You go there with a budget, but like halfway through the day, you realize you've spent like half of your money, and you're like, oh, and like it's just so easy because you see these really cool things. You're like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. You don't realize how fast it adds up.
I don't know about you guys, and in the chat, please like let me know because like what kind of just not at a con like Target. What kind of shopper are you? Because I know what I want. I go in, I get it, and I'm out. I don't meander. I don't like wander around, right? But Comic-Con is the place where I want to meander and wander around. That's where it's dangerous because I'm like, you're cool. That's cool artwork I've never seen before. Jesus fighting Nazis. Give me 2 issues. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, that's.
There's always something that you see that like that.
See
Like
It's
that?
one of my favorites. Like this was at the end of the con. I was about to leave. I stopped by her booth. She's really really great. Her name is Lauren Moran, by the way. Go check her out if you haven't. But she's at every con. She's super sweet. And I saw this and I was like we were leaving too. Like this kind of stuff gets you. Like this was like $20 as we were walking out the door, and I'd already spent my budget. Like that's what happens.
What's the budget?
And that's something you did not expect to get when you were going there.
Not at all. Not at all.
No. Yeah.
Well, that is also a cool thing about Comic Cons and cons in general.
Yeah, you get to discover cool things and cool new artists and things that you might not have ever even heard of before in your life. But Christian, I'm kind of the opposite of you. I like to meander. Unfortunately, I like to look around. I like
Unfortunately for your wallet.
even if I go to like there'll be occasions where I'm like, okay, I have to go to the Lego store. I'm going for this, right? But there's also these other things I might want. So I got to check it out. What if they have something that I missed or whatever? Target's the same way. Mercedes
Mercedes,
Sasha
Varnado,
Banks.
Sasha Banks, Costco Reeves took my money 100 for an autograph by signing my Costco Reeves figure. I wanted to get other things and other autographs. Yeah, I see. I know, Kevin, you guys do like the photo ops. Yeah, look at you, best Christina Ricci.
Oh,
Nice.
I got it. Okay, so let's talk about signatures and autographs and having
Christina Ricci is the one on the right, by the way.
kids. Yeah.
Black Casper.
Because I have
the
kids.
one that's very much alive.
Because I have children who are very influential in my life, and they're very very
Peer
they're very
pressure,
very
but
motivating, and they're like, hey, you know what, when are you
Where's
ever
Ellie?
going to have this opportunity again? You need to go get her autograph. You need to spend $80 and go say hi. When are you ever going to be able to do that? And like meanwhile Cassie's at the hotel room, and I'm like, I mean, maybe I should talk to my wife about this $80 purchase. But they're like, you're never going to get this opportunity at all. She'll understand. So I get it. And of course, I had her write to the Hoskinson. So it was for everybody, right? So it wasn't that bad, but it's these kind of things where you're like, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. When are you ever going to get the chance to do this? You're going to drop $100 on that celebrity photo, autograph, whatever it is. And then you walk out and you realize you just spent $100 on a picture with someone's signature on it.
I was saying we should meet Doc Brown, okay?
Christopher Lloyd was right next door. But like his price was like super.
Oh, I bet his price was probably
It wasn't that bad. It was like 120, I think, for
That's
the
not
autograph.
horrible.
It's not bad. And the thing about Emerald City is it's super rare that you're going to run into something that's super, like Chris Evans. Obviously, that was a lot. I think that was like $250 for an autograph.
That's not
And
bad
like,
for
We had a
Chris.
line.
No. He had a line too. Like it was.
Hey, let me tell you a story about autographs. When Nolan and I first started getting into when we first started with Pastrami Nation, we had a buddy of mine. His name's Jason Smith, also, and his wife Adrian. Real nice people. We kind of introduced them to cons and autographs. That blew them away, and that's their big thing now. Like I think they have like every major Star Wars character's autograph, and
so
in
cool.
doing so, like a couple of Star Wars celebrations, I guess one day we were sitting at a table because you sit with other people. We just happened to be sitting at the table with the grown up young Boba Fett.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
And then like they still keep in contact with this guy, and they have a whole wall in their new house, just nothing but autographs, and it's like you said, memories. When are you ever going to get that? You can look back on that 30 years from now and it's like, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the photo ops are really cool too. I don't like the idea that like you're only in there for like 5 seconds. Like you can take the picture and you're out. We've only done it. We did it once with the Screamcast. Because again, once in a lifetime opportunity. When are we ever going to get this opportunity again? Got those pictures. Wendy Frank says, my first San Diego Comic-Con, I got Todd McFarlane's autograph for free. Yeah. No, if you pay $90 to get in, all that garbo should be free. Keep it 100%.
Wendy, I see what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying, especially with like the celebrities. But when we think about like those like smaller artists, like they have to pay $1,000, like however, like a day for those tables. And that's, like a big money maker for them. So, like that's how they make their money. By selling their artwork, selling signed stuff or like prints and stuff. So I do get like signed autographs is a little crazy, especially for like a millionaire to charging. But yeah, I think for like a lot of the smaller ones, like
I think it's the scalpers that ruined that for us because, like, had it not been for flippers and stuff, I'm sure everybody would be signing stuff for free. But half these assholes are just getting it signed so they can put it on eBay.
Yeah.
Arturo.
And I'm sure you can get, like, honestly, I'm sure you can still get people like Todd McFarlane's autograph for free, right? Like, I mean, I know he's kind of a,
he's a cool guy though. I've met him a few times.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he'll sign stuff for free. I think I think when you talk about someone like Chris Evans, right? Like, there are those TMZ people or whatever that are out there, like, getting autographs all the time. What were you going to say, Eli?
Arturo got a picture with Kevin Conroy and Stanley.
And Jason David Frank.
Nice.
Who used to be the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, Power Ranger, and but it's like moments like that, because unfortunately all of them have passed away now. Yeah. So like those are memories you're going to cherish forever.
Exactly.
Especially Kevin Conroy and Stanley.
Yeah.
Nolan told me the agents set the prices. Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Is like the agents are the ones who are out there saying it's going to be $300 for a Chris Evans autograph, right? Yeah. Chris Evans is just like, tell me what to do. Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the Tommy DeVito? He's the third string quarterback on the Giants this year. He was supposed to do a signing at a pizza place in New York. His agent, it was supposed to be $10,000 he was going to do it for, and then his agent's like, because all of a sudden Tommy DeVito's filling in as the starting quarterback, he's doing good. Okay, now he tells the restaurant, now it's going to be $20,000. Well, Tommy DeVito didn't know about this, so he fires that agent. He's like, "You're only my agent for football stuff," and he worked that thing for free that weekend.
Hell yeah,
that's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yes.
That's what it should be. But yeah, I mean, again, Comic-Cons are expensive; they're not cheap. But it is possible to go there on the cheap if you're, if you do budget well and if you figure out your money situation. Like we tell the kids, like specifically, we're like, pick out one thing that you really want. Think about it for the rest of the day or for the next day or whatever. We'll come back and get it later. Timothy Zahn did sign books for free. Yeah, Timothy Zahn, I heard is amazing. I know if I'm not mistaken, he does a lot of stuff up here in Portland as well. I heard he's incredible and he does a lot of free autographs and stuff. But yeah, budgeting is key. Christian, you never answered that. Do you budget when you go to cons, or what's your?
It's just like? What I got for the weekend, man. Because there are times where I've gone to cons completely broke.
Yeah.
That is the worst. That is the worst.
It is the most depressing thing.
I would rather just not be there, because it's worth seeing it in front of me and having the opportunity to buy it and not having the money.
Like it's teasing you.
Yeah.
Rose City Comic Con is like that for me. Because most of the time at that point of like, it's the end of summer, things are winding down. We're a little not doing great on money, but I am able to cover it as press. So I still go, I get into the con, but like once I'm there, I'm like, shoot, like I can't really buy anything, I can't do anything.
That's why I'm trying to get a job so that I can help get things.
Yeah, so it is a bummer when you can't. But
on the last con I stayed within, like I was comfortable. I spent a lot, but like I could have spent more. I was like, I don't need it. And I mean, like there are things that I bought that I'm like, I bought that Alf, the exclusive Alf.
That's cool though. That stuff is cool, and I think go ahead. Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's it.
So I go.
Oh,
that's cool. I do go a lot for the art and stuff like that, but it is also just the atmosphere, right? Like just being there is just a really, really cool vibe, a really, really cool feeling. Like you're around people like you, like you it's almost like you found your tribe and you're able to get comfortable. No one's judging you. You're not judging anyone. It's like this really, really cool atmosphere where everyone is allowed to be 100% legitimately who they are and show their fandom and just be nerds. And that's freaking incredible.
It's like, because you got to eat at restaurants too when you're out there. And it's like there's a lot of expensive, like steakhouse kind of dress code restaurants in San Diego. But it's awesome to see, like when you get there, nobody's dressed up. Everybody has a Comic-Con badge and a Spider-Man t-shirt, and they overtake the restaurant.
And that's really cool. We went to Cheesecake Factory while we were there, and it's not a fancy restaurant by any means, but like it was like wall to wall with like people in cosplay and like, hanging out. And we made lunch. We actually brought like an ice box. We had like we have sandwich stuff and everything, and we brought stuff for dinner and everything. So we were able to make it work with the hotel room we had, because they had like the big fridge and freezer. So it was almost like an extended stay type place. So we had like the stove and everything like that. So that made it easy. Always bring snacks. I highly recommend people snacks and water. Water is going to be your best friend, at least a water bottle.
And beer if you're me, because beer is expensive around.
And beer, yes, and beer. Bring beer, and and plan out where you're going to eat and stuff, because places like that do get crowded. They do get packed. So like San Diego, Seattle is crazy around the time of year. Plan ahead. Figure out what you're going to do. Figure out what you're going to get. Make reservations if possible for certain restaurants and stuff. And also, one thing I do recommend, a lot of people think that when the con is closed, it's closed. Like you have to leave. Emerald City specifically, like there's a free arcade that's open till midnight. There's they have after hour events. This year they had another. Last year was their 20th anniversary, so they had a prom basically, like it was a nerd prom.
For all ages.
You can get all that. Yes, last year was all ages. This year was 18 plus, unfortunately. But you can, it's just like it's just a big dance, and just everyone has fun. Everyone's in their nerdy, geekiest. Like I saw some really amazing cosplay for that event specifically, like dresses and like people. I saw this one girl, she had this Mandalorian armor with like mixed with like a dress, like it all just like flowed so well. It was like, my God, like the creativity. But not only that, like they had an all ages event that was Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob, and his band. He has like a 12-piece band where they do a lot of covers and stuff. Nice. And it was just like a party. Like people were just vibing and having fun, having a good time. And this kind of stuff happens after the con closes. So like there's a lot of events you can do. And it's, even during the day, there's free board games you can play. There's like free arcades. There's all kinds of stuff you don't have to pay money for.
There's
like
tabletop games. Like there's a room for D&D. There's rooms on the other side for like Pokemon and Magic.
Yeah, 100%. So it's highly recommended. Check out Emerald City Comic Con. Check out San Diego. Check out all these Comic Cons. I still have so many more I need to check out. But as far as Emerald City goes, I love it. It's my favorite con up here. Rose City Comic Con's coming up in September. And like I said, I like them both for different reasons. They're both amazing events. And for me, for both of them, it's just being there, being around people who I can relate to and people who relate to me, which is a really, really great feeling, especially if you suffer from like anxiety and stuff. It's just a really, really great place to be. Really comfortable place to be. So check those out. Also, check out, if you guys haven't yet, I would really appreciate it, my YouTube channel. Trying to get things going a little bit more. Check me out, Kevin Hoskinson on YouTube, or I think it's PDX_Kev or Kevin on there as well. So check it out. I'm doing we're going to be doing a lot of collaborations with Pastrami Nation and stuff. I really just, I have some videos of Emerald City Comic Con on there, some more long form videos. They did this thing this year, which they didn't do last year. They split up so they had the main building, and then they had the celebrity autographs and photo ops in a different building, which was right down the street and around the corner. Kind of give you guys a tour of Seattle by walking that route and talk about some Comic-Con stuff and everything like that. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out on YouTube if you can. It's just Kevin Hoskinson on YouTube. Got a picture of me and these beautiful little gremlins in the profile picture. I did want to shout out one place though, since this is a Brick Therapy podcast. Let me see if I could bring this up. These guys were at Emerald City Comic Con. They did a lot of custom
very cool custom minifigs.
They have every single thing you can ask for. They have every single license, like these Star Wars minifigs. Really cool. A lot of stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Not bad prices either.
No, pretty good prices. They deliver.
Set.
So check out STL Brick Fanatics. Check them out online. They have some of the most incredible custom minifigs that you're going to find anywhere. I was blown away by their booth and some of the stuff that they had. Omni-Man,
yes.
Thundercats.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks.
Yeah. All kinds of, they have these really weird looking but kind of cool South Park ones.
Cobra Commander.
Commander. Bebop, Rocksteady, all that stuff. Yeah, definitely check them out. Highly, highly recommend them. Really, really cool people there too. Just absolutely. They do some really, really cool stuff. So
Wow.
yeah, definitely check those out if you guys get a chance. Like you said, Jason, the prices aren't bad either. You get this whole Hobbit set for $16. Yeah, you can get the actual Lego set too now, but
Probably
that's
not that cheap.
$600.
Yeah.
If you just want some
Slightly
mini-
more.
yeah, just slightly more.
Slightly. Ooh, got 'em.
So definitely check them out. Highly, highly, highly recommend them. So, anyways, I just
awesome.
wanted to give them a shout out for that.
STLbrickfanatics.com, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go check them out. They were really cool. But otherwise, it was a really, really fun con. A lot of collectibles, a lot of stuff that I couldn't afford that I didn't buy.
Sad.
I was kind of Roosevelt's was there. I don't know. Are you guys aware of Roosevelt's? You guys?
The shirts, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They had a Comic-Con exclusive Jurassic Park jacket that they made exclusive for the con, and I was like, Jason needs that, but it was a lot of money, so I didn't buy it. But
what is it, like $80 or something for something like that?
I think that was probably like 200 or like.
I think the
what?
jacket was like it was upwards of like 200, but the shirts were $80. Really, really cool. They had this really awesome Godzilla one that I wanted so bad, but again, $80. But they were there. They had a bunch of really, really cool stuff. So yeah, definitely go check out
the Roosevelts. Yeah. Andy, Andy WK that follows us.
Oh yeah.
He's the one that told me and Nolan about those at first. And we're like, well, because he owns a few of those. I'm like, these things
They're
are
amazing.
badass. Like, if I'm going to spend for a nice shirt, it's going to be something like that,
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, cool gear. You get really cool gear. Got my Emerald Trail shirt, which I really, really love. I died of dysentery, and the squash will mourn my death, which is just incredible. One of my favorite shirts. I also got a Stranger shirt from the new movie. So fingers crossed the movie doesn't suck, or else I'm gonna be stuck with the shirt from a sucky movie. But I don't think it will.
It probably
have
won't.
some faith in it. So anyways, that's all I got to say about Emerald City. Check out pastramination.com. The full article is going to be going up really soon. This one gets a little bit more personal as far as the things that I liked about it and the things that, again, the minor complaints that I had about the cons. Nothing crazy.
Nice.
Ton of pictures too. If you follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest,
I saw all your pictures, man. Like, I'm in con mode now. Like,
good.
It just gets you hyped,
Yeah, no, I love Emerald City Comic Con. So yeah, definitely go check it out if you guys get a chance. So Eli wanted to bring up something real quick, which isn't collectible or toy related, but it is something that is very important to him that he feels like the world needs to know about. And of course, we're talking about the Anime Awards, which just took place
on Saturday.
They announced the best in anime. So talk about some of your favorite things here.
So for Anime of the Year, they have season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, which it opens up with false sense of security and then plunges you right into the most bloody part of the manga.
Yeah.
Best character design is Jujutsu Kaisen with Sayako Koso. I'm pretty sure not pronouncing that right.
He tries.
Best animation is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
I can see that. That looks really good.
Best new series is Chainsaw Man. Best cinematography is JJK again.
Jujutsu Kaisen seems to be taking it all this year.
Best art direction is Demon Slayer. Best slice of life, Bocchi the Rock. Best continuing series is One Piece.
Of course.
Best opening and ending series is Jujutsu Kaisen.
Sequence.
Ending sequence. Best score is the final episode of the final season of Attack on Titan.
Nice.
Best film is Suzume. Best anime song is Idol, which took the global leaderboard by storm.
Nice.
Best director is JJK's again. I'm not even going to try that. Best main character is One Piece. Best supporting character is Jujutsu Kaisen. Must protect at all costs character is Anya Forger from Spy Family.
Very cool.
And then There's a lot of awards.
There's a lot of award, but the main award was Jujutsu Kaisen for best anime, right?
Yes, for
best
the year.
anime of the year. So that's awesome. Congratulations. Not that they need our endorsement, but congrats, Jujutsu Kaisen. We're happy to see that. We're happy to hear that. I don't know if you guys saw this, by the way. Are you guys anyone reading the Justice League versus Kong series?
No, I want to read that. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What happened is bizarre.
Yeah, apparently Kong is a Green Lantern now.
I saw that too.
Crazy.
I saw that.
Which
How
would
did-
be kind of cool.
how
It
does the
makes me
ring fit?
want to read it even more.
How does the ring fit though? It doesn't change
Hey,
size.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't write.
Or
them. I
does
don't
it?
read 'em.
Or does
Yeah,
it?
why wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It adjusts. It's
Hey, Kilowog wore the same ring that Hal Jordan wore, right?
Yep.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, and just real quick, our friend, his name Malik Harris. Check out his comics. He writes a series called Omega Ghost. It's an independent series. He's a writer artist out of Tacoma, Washington, but he's incredible. One of the coolest human beings ever. The comic is a lot of fun. It's like this action samurai kind of thing. It's based in modern day though, futuristic.
Like one of the main subtitles for it is the dread-headed ninja.
Yeah, the Dreadheaded Ninja. It's a lot of fun.
That's
It's really great, and definitely check it out. I want to shout him out as well. Oh, Jason, you picked up some new figures.
Oh yeah. What did I get? I got this guy. I'm into the wrestling figures, so I was able to score Earthquake.
Nice, very cool.
Nice.
Earthquake. The Typhoon was there. He was there too, but some guy because this was still on the lady's cart, and she had stocked like 3 of them on the shelf, and like he had his wife blocking the whole aisle, and he snatched it. So I seen it still on her cart, so I just went over there and took it because like those were there's one of each per case. So I'm like, I remember them as I was a kid. The natural disasters, Earthquake and Typhoon, which I think tonight is the new Dark Side of the Ring, the Earthquake episode. If you guys have been watching Dark Side of the Ring, oh my god, like some of those are tear jerkers.
Oh man!
And my brother got me this guy. Like I've been looking everywhere for it.
Oh, cool!
Captain Carrot, the McFarlane, because I don't buy a lot of McFarlane stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Damn.
I had to have this big like
so funny.
superhuman bunny. What else did I get? And then this thing, another gift from my brother. This is probably one of the most awesome figures I've opened this year so far.
Ooh,
Freaking
Battletoads.
From Premium DNA. I mean, I haven't seen articulation like this freaking head moves, and like the articulation, it has like the shoulders like you get in a Mafex figure.
That's a gorgeous piece too. Wow.
Oh, because I've had some of their Barnyard Commandos, and what is I got this
so
one, too.
cool.
I got this one a while back. I don't know if I shared it with you guys.
Banjo.
And he dwarfs this guy, but this is awesome. It weighs like 3 pounds, but
it's huge.
There's some reason this Battletoad, like the articulation is like Mafex quality, and the different attachments. Like he's got the really big fist, and then like the giant foot with the spikes. Like if you guys ever played the Battletoads game on Super Nintendo, like you get that in a figure. And like
That's cool.
I got to score the other Toad now, and possibly some other characters, but I can't put this thing down right now.
So cool.
Like it's got that.
Amazing, man.
Oh my god,
that's incredible. That's really cool, man. Well, I'm glad you picked those up, and glad everyone seemed to have a good week this week, right? We got some Dune action, Comic-Con action, some action figure action. We got all kinds of action going on in our lives. How was your guys' week? Let us know if you guys picked up anything new. You guys watch any new movies? You guys check out any events? Let us know. We'd love to hear about it, and we'd love to chat about it. So I think that's our show, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for checking. Yeah.
Chainsaw Man's Whoop came in and took the majority of the best voice actor performances awards for English, French, Spanish. I mean, not French, Spanish, Castilian, a whole bunch of languages. They just came in and took it.
Very nice.
It's very cool. So Christian, actually, let me ask you a question. Is Dune 2 Is it a complete? So like part 1 and 2 is like you said, it is kind of a its own. It's basically 2 parts of one story. Is that it, or does it feel like they're? I mean, obviously they're Villeneuve. I don't know how to say his name. I apologize. He has said he is making Messiah. Like Messiah's in the works. Messiah's going to happen. But is it like is it open ended to where like or is it like a complete experience if you just watch these two?
I feel like if you watch the first one, that was obviously like one of the things that a lot of people had about the first one. It was like, what the hell? When it got to the end, like I don't think a lot of people knew that it was like gonna have that incomplete feeling. This completes it, right? So this definitely is going to be a thing that people are going to want to sit down when this releases on Blu-ray and just do like a whole day, like the 5 hour whatever it is. But yeah, this for sure completes the story. Like there's obviously more after this,
Right,
but
right.
this is a very satisfying like and but it's also kind of like it still leaves you with like there's still more to the story.
Cool.
The last scene is like, oh, it's like, god damn it, heartbreaking a little bit. But that's all I'll say.
No, that's what I've heard. I've heard a lot of great things. I have to get into Dune mode in my head to be able to go see it. I do want to finish the first one.
I did not rewatch the movie before I went to go see the second one. I had planned on doing it. I stupidly did not realize that the movie was last Thursday. I was like, oh, I still have like a week. And then I was like, I got an alert on my phone to notify me that the tickets were tonight. I was like, oh
shit.
I felt like that movie snuck up.
Yeah.
Like it even snuck up on me. For some reason, I thought it opened in like 2 weeks. Like, I don't know why. I thought I don't know what it was. I felt like it was going to open later than it did.
Yeah, we're already in March. This year's creeping up fast.
That's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. Anyways, are you guys planning on attending any Comic Cons this year so far? Are you guys?
I know WonderCon for sure. It might be this month, I think. And then
already
Comic Con, we're still trying to figure a way into that one, you know?
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's the plan. If worst comes to worst, I got to buy a ticket on the auction because they have an auction every year and they sell tickets. And like, I think like, because we did it last year, I'm thinking I can do that one in one day. I can do one day over there and get pretty much everything I wanted because I got everything I wanted from there last year. That leaves me open to have money for other cons, you know, because there's one I'm trying to go to in New Jersey in November. So if I only do one day at SDCC, that frees up salary cap space for that one.
Understandable. Comic-Con Revolution in May, says Arturo.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. And let us know what Comic-Cons we should check out, guys. If you all have any recommendations or advice, I don't have tons of money. I can't travel everywhere, but I would like to know what cons would be really, really fun to check out. Which ones do you guys recommend?
I want to go to ECC. Like, I want to go with you guys next year. Like, that's my plan. You know,
come on up.
Like, I gotta make that work. You know, because Oregon's not that far from here.
No, it's like ECC is a little bit because
it's a little further up.
Yeah, it's in Seattle, Washington.
But no, come on up. We'll make it work. I think that'd be awesome. Christian, do you have any plans this year for any Comic Cons or anything?
Not at the moment, but we'll see what happens. WonderCon, I don't know. WonderCon was fun. I don't know that I'll do it again this year. It was kind of WonderCon is a one day for me. That's not.
It's a one dayer for sure.
Yeah. You know,
that's cool.
We used to do the 3 day when we had season passes, you know, because we were right there at Disneyland. And
no, the cosplayers were like the funnest part of that con. But yeah, that was like a half day, honestly. Like we were kind of like ready to go, and we didn't even get there early. It was just kind of like right in the middle of the day. It's still fun, you know. It was fun seeing Dana like walk around all dressed up. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice. That's really cool. I'm trying to get my brother. My brother wants to come up for Rose City Con. He's never been to a Comic Con, but he thinks he could pull off the perfect Namor costume, which he can pull it off really well. So I'm really
Which Namor?
From the movie.
Oh, the movie one.
Yeah. From the movie. Which
or Aztec inspired.
Yeah, and I think he can. He's definitely. I think he can do it.
There was a guy that did classic Namor at SDCC. He was an Asian guy, but this guy must spend like 59 hours in the gym every week. This guy was like ripped, and he totally pulled this thing off, and like he had the ears and everything.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we got this little monkey that just came in here. Everyone, this is my daughter Ellie. She also joined us. For those of you watching, she joined us at Comic-Con as well. She had a really, really good time. Just real quick, Ellie, before we sign off, what was your favorite part about Comic-Con this year?
The LARPing and the arcade.
Yeah, so they also had free LARPing, which was really cool. The kids, the adult, whatever, you have to be 14 and up to go do it. But 12 and up in our case, but we don't talk about that on the air. Yeah, you go there, you can LARP. Like, it's really cool. They have it all set up. It's like the real deal. Like they put you in first, you can practice, and they'll put you in on each sides, and then you just battle. You just fight. Like they have fake swords, obviously, fake shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they had a blast. They were doing that. I went around, just kind of checked out some more cosplay, took some pictures, did all that stuff. But the arcade was free too. Comic-Con's for everybody. There's something for everyone, especially at Emerald City Comic-Con.
There's anime, manga, comics. There's movies.
Everything. Yeah, absolutely. So everyone will love it, of all ages. She loved it. He loved it. I loved it. My wife loved it. Y'all will love it too. So I know this sounds like just a big commercial for Emerald City Comic-Con, but I'm stoked about Emerald City Comic-Con.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. It's just that local pride, right? Like, I love having this area, having something like this cool in this area. Next Comic-Con for us, like I said before, is going to be Rose City Comic-Con in September. So keep an eye on Pastrami Nation for information on that. There will be tons of footage from that. Tons of, I'm thinking about doing some new things with the format a little bit as far as the interviewing and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Check that out in September. But anyways, thank you all for checking out the show. Thank you all for listening, wherever you are. Make sure, remember, hit that like and subscribe. We really, really appreciate it. Check out pastramination.com for all the coverage that we do for all Comic-Cons, movie reviews, action figures reviews. I know Jason and Nolan have been pumping those out regularly, which is awesome. I love reading them. I love seeing them. If you guys haven't seen them, go over to pastramination.com. So Christian, where can they find you on the interwebs?
Instagram, Christian Nacorda. Follow me. I just hit 3,000 followers. I didn't mention that.
Ooh, congrats.
Yeah, it's been a while. And then I got I have a new post finally. So there's a new painting that I really am proud of. So you guys can check that out. Come paint and draw with me.
I seen that. That was awesome too, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. It was just great work. You can find me on all the socials at Kevin Hoskinson or Kevin_Hoskinson. Like I said, go check out my YouTube as well, which is Kevin Hoskinson, or the name is PDX_Kev.
There's a lot of things about Comic-Con on there.
A lot of things about Comic-Con. We're going to be doing a lot more exploring around Portland too, which is going to be really, really fun. We have some really, really cool ideas. We're going to bring you guys. We're going to bring you guys into Portland with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun, really cool stuff. All the nerdy events around here we want to cover. Bookstores. Yes. One of the coolest bookstores in the world. That's just a little tease for everyone, which is really going to be really, really fun. So anyways, thank you for checking us out. Oh, Jason, I know they can find you on MySpace and Friendster.
MySpace, Napster.
Napster, yeah. Of course, neither one of these kids have socials that we can give out online. Yes. So you guys can find them on YouTube. They're on YouTube with me. So definitely come find us, come visit us. We really, really appreciate it. All right, guys. We will talk to you guys next week. Next week, we have a regular Pastrami Nation podcast where we'll be probably just talking about more cool, nerdy things. Probably some more Madam Web talk.
We barely talked about that today.
The official podcast for Madam Web. So,
Sydney Sweeney was just on SNL.
She was, and she did a couple digs at.
I'm gonna watch that.
Not without me.
At Madam Web. So anyways, go check that out. That was a lot of fun.
She actually talked about Madam Web in her monologue.
Yeah, she did. I know. I saw some of that. All right, you guys have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we will talk to you guys next week. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
See ya, Chooms.
I'm gonna force that.